There was a cake on our kitchen counter once, 3 candles still stuck in it, like little accusations. We didn't cut it. We left it there for the whole night while we stared at different parts of the room and pretended the silence wasn't a decision. We almost used that night to walk away.
Trigger warning. Today I talk about a near break in our relationship and the grief that comes up around anniversaries. If you're listening and something here pulls at you, take a breath, pause, and take care of yourself. You are not alone. Welcome back to S&J Pride. I'm Samnang Bradley. If you've ever felt an anniversary press on a bruise, like the date itself knows where you're delicate, this episode is for you. Today, I'm sharing a story about the anniversary that almost ended 11 years of choosing each other, and a small toolkit we built to make again mean something real, not just words. Here is the thing. Anniversaries are pressure points. They can become theatrical stages where we expect transformation overnight. Big promises, big declarations, the kind of scene movies sell. But when harm has touched a relationship, those same scenes can feel like tests you cannot pass. You're holding the past and the future at once, and the weight is heavy. So today I'll walk you through 3 memory scenes from our life that explain why ceremony felt dangerous. Then I'll offer rituals, scripts, and a 1-month experiment you can try slowly, safely, and reversibly. Scene 1. The argument night that cracked a promise. We were 3 years in. It was late. The city was humid, and the apartment smelled faintly of detergent and regret. Words had been building in me. Not sharp words at first, but a heaviness that grew until it was a thing I could point to. That night it spilled out. The accusation, the apology that didn't land, the promise that sounded thin when he said it. I remember the moment the promise cracked, like a hairline fracture in something I assumed was solid. I felt dizzy. I thought, if the promise breaks, what are we building on? I almost left with nothing but my suitcase and a playlist of songs that felt less honest than I hoped.
Scene 2. The first awkward anniversary after repair. We tried. We said the words we'd promised to work. We showed up for couples conversations. We read the books. Some of them felt like bandages. Our first anniversary back together felt like a theatrical prop. We made dinner, we rehearsed a toast, and I remember staring into his eyes and hearing my own voice sound foreign to us. Inside, I felt hollow, like I was clapping for a play I didn't trust. The whole evening felt performative. I walked away thinking, ceremonies can be beautiful, or they can be a way to pretend. Which one is this for us?
Scene 3. The private ritual that changed things. It wasn't dramatic. It was messy and humble. One night, after a conversation that cracked us open in a kinder way, I suggested we make something small, something private, not for Instagram, not for proving to anyone else we were fixed. We called it the letter and box. We each wrote a short letter, things we wanted to release and things we promised to keep working on. We put them in a simple box. We added a pebble for each week we wanted to check in. We didn't say forever. We didn't say perfect. We agreed to 3 minutes of recommitment words and then a 12-week plan of tiny checks. It felt safe. The first ritual didn't heal everything, but it made trying again feel honest instead of theatrical. I learned this the hard way. Ritual without guardrails can be dangerous. So when I describe the tools we use, please hear this. These are experiments, not cures. They're reversible. They're for couples who consent to them and who aren't in patterns of ongoing harm. If there's ongoing abuse, these aren't effects. Seek help first. That said, here's the toolkit that helped us turn anniversaries from pressure points into safety checks.
Tool 1. The letter and box ritual. How we do it. Find a private evening. No expectations. No fancy clothes. Each of you writes 2 short letters. Letter A. What I release. 1 paragraph. Be honest, but not accusatory. Frame it around your experience. I release the guilt I carried about. Letter B. What I keep working on. 1 paragraph. Name a small action, like I will check in each Wednesday, or I will say when I'm triggered. Fold the letters and place them in a box. Add 3 small objects, pebbles, coins, something tactile, that represent weekly check-ins. Agree that after 12 weeks, you'll open the box together and read the letters aloud, not to punish, but to see change in the world of small actions. The box becomes a witness, not a judge. Tool 2, the 3-minute recommitment script. Keep it dignity first. No grand absolutes, just boundaries and intentions. Here's a script you can adapt. I choose you today. I am not promising perfection. I promise to be honest about my needs, to show up for weekly check-ins, and to pause when I feel unsafe. If either of us feels unsafe or that patterns are repeating, we agree to pause this ritual and seek help. That's it. Short, specific. Named actions beat sweeping vows every time. The dignity part is this: you're naming limits and protecting yourself while opening to try again. Tool 3, the 12-week mini check plan. Break promises into measurable habits. Weeks 1 to 4, daily micro-actions. 3 texts a week saying a real appreciation. 1 nightly 10-minute check-in about feelings. Weeks 5 to 8, add accountability. Share a short weekly summary of what you did toward the promise. Weeks 9 to 12, test durability. 1 low-stakes stressor, like a minor disagreement, and practice repair steps without snapping back into old patterns. Use the pebbles in the box as a physical tally. Move 1 pebble each week. The goal is not dramatic transformation, it's predictable, steady consistency. Scripts and guardrails. 3 dignity-first opening lines to start a recommitment conversation. 1. I want to try something small with you. Can we agree on a safety-first plan? 2. I'm willing to try again if we name the boundaries that keep me safe. 3. I don't need perfect, just consistent, honest steps. Can we do that together? These lines center consent and protect vulnerability. Rules to avoid performative vows. Never rehearse a line for public applause. Never attach conditions like, if you do X, then I'll accept Y, without a plan to measure X. And always include a pause clause, an agreed way to stop the ritual if one person feels unsafe. And please, please do not use rituals to paper over abuse. If your partner has ongoing harm patterns, rituals can normalize staying in danger. These tools assume mutual consent and basic safety. If you're unsure, talk to a trusted friend, a counselor, or a local support service first. We include resources in the episode notes. Now, a 1-month experiment you can try on a low-stakes date or for a self-anniversary. Pick 1 small ritual, maybe the letter in box, or a 3-minute script for yourself. Step 1, schedule a single low-pressure evening. No gifts, no audience. Step 2, agree to try 3 mini checks. A 10-minute weekly conversation, a shared calendar reminder for accountability, and a small visible habit swap, like whoever makes coffee on Mondays writes 1 sentence of appreciation on a sticky note. Step 3, journal reactions privately. What felt true, what felt performative, and whether you felt safer. At the end of 4 weeks, open the box or read your notes. Decide together, continue, adjust, or pause. Making it reversible lowers the risk of performing for the wrong reasons. If you're listening and you're carrying the fear of promises breaking, your fear is valid. You have every right to protect your heart. You do not owe anyone a full return to trust overnight. Start small. Name what safety looks like for you, and give yourself permission to grieve anniversaries that used to be easy. Grief doesn't mean failure. It means you loved something enough to notice what it lost. We are not therapists. We're 2 men sharing what we lived. If your relationship has trauma that keeps repeating, please reach out to a mental health professional, a couples therapist, or a trusted local support group before attempting joint rituals. If you feel unsafe right now, contact emergency services or a local crisis line. If you want to try something from this episode, DM us or leave a comment with "I hear you" and 1 small ritual you're willing to try. Say it in a short sentence, just enough for us to see you tried. We'll read anonymous notes on social and share what listeners are learning. That kind of community accountability helps. Small, visible steps in private, shared in a safe way. Before we go, let me be clear. Recommitment is not a single performance. It's not a speech. It's a series of small, consistent acts that honor dignity and safety. We almost gave up on an anniversary night. And even now, 11 years later, we're still learning, still choosing each other. That's the truth of it. Choosing again can be humble, reversible, and real. You deserve that.
Thank you for sitting with me tonight. If you try the 1-month experiment, tell us how it feels. Send an anonymous voicemail or DM I hear you with one line about what you noticed. We see you. We're with you. You're not alone.
This is SNJ Pride. I'm Samnang Bradley. We'll be back with more stories, real drama, real strength, and the small practices that make staying together possible. You're not alone.